And as it were a great mountain, burning with fire, was cast into the sea. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water after the woman, like a flood, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. But the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon had cast out of his mouth. Then the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went and made war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And I stood on the sea sand.
Our video is a warning video, a prophetic warning from the Lord, and it's also a natural warning that people if you live on the East Coast, if you are in Florida, you really need to be really very, very close to the Lord right now. You need to be hearing clearly from the Holy Spirit right now. And this La Palma, Canary Islands eruption is massive. It is huge. 2 or 3 days ago, the Lord was prophetically putting that into my spirit. The Lord has been giving many people prophetic dreams about tsunamis striking the United States. Even there's a naval map where the East Coast, West Coast, Florida is gone, and because of New Madrid and different things. And could all of this right here be pointing to that right now? And this is where I've been commenting on videos. If you live on the East Coast, if you live in Florida, you really need to be hearing clearly from God right now, because if you don't, and you don't hear clearly, this thing is going to be so fast, and once the warning goes out, it's going to be too late. This is coming. No matter what, whether it's man-made or God-made, doesn't matter. God's going to use it to bring judgment upon the United States, because America is going to fall. So this is falling perfectly in line with the Jubilee. This is the end of the Jubilee. It's the end of America. It's the Shemitah. This is the next month is the end of the Shemitah, and we're watching America slowly, and now it's going to be quickly falling. It's a warning to you. You need to have a plan. You need to be praying. You need to turn all your stuff off, all the distractions off. And if you're on the East Coast, if you're in Florida, you need to be praying. If God tells you to get out, you better get out. This is a trigger for this. This is a trigger. And the enemies are going to use it, or the Lord's going to use it. No matter what, it's going to be the judgment of God coming upon America.
It's made it into the city.
This is what? More homes destroyed, more communities that will have to be abandoned. This is a live geology lesson in nature's unstoppable forces. It's not just property. Everything here is being shaken. Dan Johnson, BBC News.
Along America's eastern seaboard, some eminent scientists warn that it's purely a matter of time till it happens.
Has been transmitted at the request of the Tsunami Warning Administration at approximately 7:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. An earthquake of about magnitude 8.9 on the Richter scale occurred. A large and deadly tsunami was formed and is currently expected to impact the east coast of the United States. All residents within a 500-mile radius of the east coast are ordered to evacuate immediately. Follow tsunami guidance tents and evacuate.
The vast amount of energy pumped into the ocean will create what one scientist has called a mega tsunami. Tsunami waves racing out in all directions. Computer predictions suggest they could even travel 4,000 miles toward the eastern seaboard of the United States, losing some, but not all of their power along the way.
Liberty is completely covered with the wave. We'll come back and check on that later. Still a massive wave coming through the city of New York. Got some major flooding over here, but not buildings being destroyed. Maybe from the tsunami over there.
The level of destruction is difficult to quantify. It is going to be enormous, there's no doubt about that. If people are still in the cities when the collapse occurs, you may be considering millions of casualties.
The following message has been transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Tsunami Warning Administration. This is an all-clear message, but do not return to your homes. At approximately 2:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the wave sites were discovered to be around 400 to 500 feet tall, which the tsunami is now considered one of the United States' worst tsunamis on record, and is also considered a mega tsunami. Any land around 100 miles from the coastline are completely submerged in water. Do not return to your homes. This concludes all operations under the emergency alert system, where government thanks you for your cooperation during this emergency.
New Jersey
We will now
side
return
of
you
New
to
York.
regular programming.
And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 diadems on his heads. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born. She bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to God and his throne.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has a short time.
Because you have kept my command to persevere, I also will keep you from the hour of trial, which shall come upon the whole world, to test those who dwell on the earth. Behold, I am coming quickly. Hold fast what you have, that no one may take your crown.
A new breed of human-machine hybrids,